Alright, good. Alright.
I prayed.
Alright, shh. Come on.
Make sure desktop audio is muted.
Okay, you ready? Shut up.
Make sure desktop audio is muted.
It is. Okay, 3.
Well, I'm talking
oh my
to
god! We're a minute in. We have to start.
My bench is here. Hold on.
This is more entertaining
Okay, I'm
than
ready.
the podcast, not gonna lie.
God can't be bothered with
Huh.
this.
What? I'm ready.
Great. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hey guys, and welcome to the first real episode of the G-Pod Geometry Dash podcast. Today we have a few topics to talk about. Before we start, obviously we have Ham here now, so he's going to be talking about some stuff with us. Before we start, I just want to mention, subscribe, share this podcast, this channel with your friends. Alright, get as much attention as possible. Make sure you write in the comments what topics you want us to talk about next time. And also fill out the Google form in the description to become a guest speaker on the podcast, because we love to have guest speakers. It's gonna be a lot of fun, make it more entertaining and interesting. Our upload schedule for this podcast is we plan on trying to get a video out at 4 p.m. EST every Sunday. Live streaming, that could be honestly at any day of the week. We don't really know. We aiming for Sunday, but whatever day we can do is whatever day we're going to do it. So I hope you guys are excited for that, and let's get straight into it. So the first topic was requested by Ebmiester. I'll put his channel link in the description below for requesting this, so shout out to him. And it's about demon difficulty. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is, what are your guys' opinions on harder extreme demons being focused on? So what I mean by that is creators are constantly making hard extreme demons that pass other ones. It's dropping Bloodbath like almost, I think it's like almost off the top 100, right?
Yeah, it's like at 96.
Yeah,
it's at 95. So I mean, yeah. So like, you know, levels are constantly being made harder than that and harder than other levels, and we're gonna talk about that. So personally, I think that it's cool that people like making hard levels. However, I think it's becoming a little excessive. Like, the hardest, or like number 150 is Tech Manifestation, and that level like took me like several thousand attempts. Like, I thought that level was pretty hard. So I mean, I think that constantly making harder levels is like not great, because people need to be able to catch up with that. And so what do you guys think?
Well, if you're not really trying to go on the demons list, it's not really like you can't play the other levels. So if you don't want to play a level that's like, it's like really difficult, you can not play it. And like, there's also like the legacy list and stuff. So it's definitely harder to get on this demons list now.
That's actually that's a topic to bring up. Actually, do you guys think that beating legacy list demons should give you points or no?
I don't think it should give you points, but I think you should at least get like your record submitted. Like a lot of, it would have like a lot of people, but I don't think it should give you points. Like for example, like there's like not easy levels, but pretty easy extreme levels, like zodiac. And the way the point system works, it won't even give you that many points. It'd give you like 2 or something, I think.
I think it'd be cool if you could submit your records to the extended list and just not get list points. But I can understand why they don't do that, considering there's like insane demons on the legacy list. It would be so hard to keep up with all the records, and just make your records getting accepted a lot slower.
Yeah. All right.
They'd have to get like a bigger staff.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think of the list being extended to 150 from 100? I know this happened a while ago, but the list used to just be 100, and then they posted on Discord saying how they felt that people again weren't able to keep up with the constant increase in difficulty for levels, so they extended it to 150. Do you think that they should extend it farther, or not extended it, or is it good where it is?
I think I really like the decision of 150, and it has like 75 for each list, and like the legacy list stays the same, because like we were saying earlier, like demons are getting harder now, so it's going to be harder to get on the list. They're just trying to make it easier for people to get on the list. And I don't know if they're going to extend it again. If they're going to extend it again, it's not going to be for a really long time. But if they do, the only thing I could really see them doing is 100 for one list and for a main list, and then 100 for extended list. And even if they really want to push it, 150 for each list, which is like 300 demons in total. But like Ham said, it would be so hard to keep up all the records because there's 300 demons instead of only 150. That's like almost double. That is double the demons.
I think 150 is fine, but I wouldn't mind if it went to 200.
I wouldn't either.
I know a lot of people
I would like it.
don't like the idea of Bloodbath dropping off of the list, which is one of the big factors in why they extended it, I'm pretty sure. Because a level as hard and like legendary as Bloodbath dropping off the list, I think it's hard for people to realize how hard levels are getting now.
Yeah. I mean, I've beaten a few extreme demons. Like, I'm gonna go on my my stats viewer. I used to have like almost 50 points. I'm at 35 now, and it's because like levels that, like, you know, obviously Cataclysm has fallen to the extended. I beaten Tech and Subversive, and they're both at 150 and 149. They're both about to fall off, and I feel like it took me like a little bit to beat those, and I feel like I haven't had enough time to bring my points up before levels that I beat are falling off, and that could just be because I'm like not playing hard enough levels. Like, I'm playing ones that are towards the bottom, but I still think that I think extending it to 200 would be a good thing, because it gives more people more of a chance to like make themselves feel good about being on the list and having points. And I know it's like, again, it's hard to keep up with that. However, there's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 list editors. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think if they really wanted to, they could add more list editors. There's plenty of more qualified people out there. So I really think they wouldn't have a problem extending it to 200.
One thing you said was that you're losing list points because stuff was dropping off, which is annoying, and that's why I think an extension would be good. But at the same time, I like how extreme demons are coming out really fast nowadays. Even if they're coming out really hard, it just gives a lot more opportunities to enjoy extreme demons.
Yeah, and it keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to bring back to Ham's point about how people don't want to have not Hamburger Man fall off the list, Bloodbath fall off the list, and like how they extend the list to 150 for it. But I don't think they're gonna keep extend the list to 200 just so like one of the main purposes is it for Bloodbath to fall off the list, because eventually Bloodbath's gonna have to fall off the list. Eventually, all these levels are gonna fall off the list, so they can't just keep pushing it just so one level can stay on the list.
Yeah.
All right. And then this is the last thing that I wanted to bring up in my topic. What defines skill in GD? So, I mean, obviously we have Technical, who's at the top of the stats viewer. And then Brian, Rainstorm, and Swish, Skolo, all them. But do you guys think that being number 1 on the list defines how good you are at the game? Because, like, although Technical has beaten like a ton of extremes and like is really good, I think N-Swish beats stuff faster. Like, he had like a golden moment a little while back where he was just grinding out extremes. And he's kind of slowed down a little bit now, but like, when it comes to just skill in the game, do you think that the list really defines you?
I think the list doesn't define you because theoretically, I'm not sure if Tech did do this, I can look into it, but theoretically, you could just grind out the extended list and just get like so many points off of that. And I think what makes you like good at the game is if you can beat what levels you can beat. Like, if you can beat the hardest levels, it's gonna put you up there. But it's also how fast you can beat it and like how consistent you are. So it's like if you beat a level, say for like the Unrave in 2 weeks, someone's probably done that. But if they did it in 2 weeks and then they go for Sonic Wave next, and they do it in like 2 months, like that, they're not keeping consistency. If you can like keep consistency of just like beating levels fast, like N-Swish did, he had like the top 25 at once, then I think you're gonna be the best player. Like, when I first saw N-Swish, I didn't believe all the things he did. That's how many achievements he did in such a short period of time, and that's how good he was. So that's why I think N-Swish is probably the best player right now.
I think you said that you could just grind out extended list, but I think your place on the demon list does have a really big factor in your skill. It just doesn't define it. because even if you're just grinding out extended list demons, being able to beat that many extreme demons still shows skill, especially because of the variety of gameplay in extended list demons. Like, we have levels like super probability level that's all memory based, and then we have levels like I don't know, epsilon or
Tech manifestation,
that
that's
are like,
timing.
yeah, tech manifestation, hatred, fast-paced levels, slow-paced levels. There's just such a big variety. Being able, even if they're not as hard as mainless demons, being able to beat that many is still impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think I kind of like worded my thing wrong. I said like demons list doesn't matter your skill, but I think demons list does give you like a good base on like how much like what skill you have and like if you're one of the best or not. But it doesn't revolve around like the only reason like it's not like Tech is the best because he's number one on the demons list.
Speaking of Tech, he posted how he might want to do all of the main list demons, which is pretty cool. He's beaten 46 or 75 total. He said he wants to do all of them. And I was reading comments, and people were saying how they didn't want him to do that because they thought he was going to get bored and quit afterwards, which is fair. However, it's still going to take him a long time to beat every main list level, and he's still got the extended list, and he's still got projects to verify. So I think that people complaining that he's going to quit is not a great thing to do because he wants to do what he wants to do, and if people are going to be like, nah, don't do it, then like he's going to want to quit from doing that. But like, I think it's cool that he wants to do all 75. He'd be the first person to do it. And it's just, that really shows like an insane amount of skill in a video game because there's just, again, just like the extended list, there's so many different types of main list levels and they're just much harder. And I think that's just like, I couldn't ever imagine myself doing that.
I think like if he does do the main list, it might be able to give him like motivation because he's like, oh look, I've done all of these demons. Like there's projects still out there. Like I don't know if Woodkid's dead, but if like you could verify that. Like I don't know, there's a level novel he's verifying, which is gonna be top 1. It's such a fucking I'm not sure what it's called, but like there's still verification. There's still verification projects that he could do, and there's also a lot of unrated extreme demons that he could do. So personally, I don't think he'd get bored from doing all the main lists.
Alright.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to our next topic here, led by Mar. So Mar, if you want to, start talking about what you want to discuss.
So my topic is going to be Kenos, level Kenos being verified by Nepesta, and my first subtopic would be its level difficulty and what you guys think would be placed on the demons list. Personally, I think it'd be number 1.
I think I'm really impressed in Nepesta because he said he always wants to give himself a harder challenge in GD, and obviously Kenos has given him like hell of a challenge. He's got over 100k on it. That's just, I mean, he's been dedicating like 1,000 attempts in practice on it every day. And it shows a lot of dedication to go after that. However, I don't think it's number 1. I think it's number 2 because it's very similar to Crimson Planet in a way because it's short and it's very difficult. And I think it is harder than Crimson Planet, but I think just the sheer length and consistency and difficulty in Zodiac and just how intensely difficult it is. Although some of the timings and parts in Kenos may be harder, at the end of the day, like being able to keep up like whatever it is, 3-minute whatever consistency in a level is so hard to do, and so I think that's why it would be placed at number 2. I think it's harder than Bloodlust, and I think it's harder than Crimson Planet, so I think it'd be at number 2.
I thought Kenos was long because Kenos is Succubin Hell, but with the extension.
Yeah, it does make it obviously not medium, but it's still not Zodiac length. Like, I mean, it's a pretty average long level, I guess.
So, before we started this, I thought that it would be number 2, like Poison. But when he mentioned length, it's actually 1 minute and 56 seconds long. So almost 2 minutes long. So, I kind of split between 1 and 2, because it's hard to tell difficulty on levels like Kenos, because the, like, super tight waves. It's pretty hard to tell, so I'm not sure if it will be 1 or 2. I'm split between that, but definitely top 3 for sure.
Zodiac is 3 minutes 11, and Crimson Planet is 1:04, which is much shorter. So
Yeah.
it's like almost right in the middle. Bloodlust is
Yeah.
2:51.
Kenos 17 to 100. If he has it on the precedent 17 to 100 on Kenos, that video is 227. So I think it's like around an estimate, maybe like 240 seconds. So pretty close to 3
Nah,
minutes.
but a video like I mean, I didn't watch the video, but I don't think he just. Wait, I kind of want to look at it now.
It's 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Is there
No,
any,
wait, no.
Is there like any talking, or is it just him playing? Because like there's.
Oh wait, no, he stays a long time after. Yeah, you're right. I think it might be like 2 minutes.
He finishes the run at like 1:39.
Yeah.
So.
And he starts at 2 seconds in. So
yeah, so I would give it about like almost like what Ham said, almost 2 minutes. So. But I mean I could see it placing at number 1, but personally I think it would go at number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is the level buff and what you guys think about it. I mean, I like what's like a solid opinion because like if it really is the Pesta's choice, I think it'll be okay because like it really is the Pesta's choice. The Pesta, the way he likes to play Geometry Dash is that he likes a good challenge, and if that's what he wants to do to have like more fun with the game, like it's gonna be when he beats Kenos, it's gonna be like really accomplishing for him. So I think it's personally fine with he mega buffed Kenos.
Well, we got to talk about why he mega buffed Kenos. So he got a 240 hertz monitor, and he felt that it was it was much easier on 240 compared to 144, and so he was like, I'm gonna make this harder so that it places higher and all that, which I personally don't agree with because it limits other people if they have a lower hertz because he's kind of adjusting to what his new hertz is on the level, and that kind of thing like may influence other people to do that with their levels. They're gonna be like, whoa, like if it could place higher because of higher hertz, then like I'm gonna do that too. You know what I mean? And it kind of brings to light that it's gonna start a whole nother hertz argument again because people are gonna be like, oh, you have a higher higher hertz and frame rate. That's unfair because you have more ability in this level than you do in that level. And I think that's kind of like what is being demonstrated with him buffing Kenos because of the hertz. So.
Yeah.
Well, you can go Ham.
I agree with you, and I disagree with the buffing. I think it's his choice, but I really think he's taking away people's opportunities to beat it with how hard he's making it, just because of the higher hertz. And like you said, it's gonna bring up a whole nother hertz debate.
You think?
Well, I don't. Wait, I don't know if it will because I think RobTop has talked about. Excuse me. RobTop has talked about adding an FPS bypass in 2.2. So if that adds in if he puts that in, then like it might be able to like I don't know if it'll cause an argument.
Yeah, but there is gonna be a bypass in 2.2. It was in one of his previews. But
oh yeah.
So then I guess there will be less hertz debate, but still, higher hertz doesn't affect wave at all. When you use bypass, the only thing that makes wave so much easier is the visual. Because if you compare 60 hertz to 240 hertz, 60 hertz looks laggy. It looks like it's skipping frames, and the timings are so much harder. So the bypass won't do anything to change wave really.
Yeah. Do you guys think Tech's gonna beat Kenos when it comes out?
Yeah, I think he's already said that.
I think
especially if he's done the top 50 already, then he's gonna obviously want to do the
Yeah.
Cause like I remember when Nepesta verified what was it called? I can't even think.
Kenos, no, not Kenos. Demos and WoW.
Yeah, I'm talking about for WoW. Cause like when he verified WoW, Tech beat it like very quickly, and it seemed like it kind of made Nepesta a little angry because he was
I
like.
don't think Tech beating it is what made him angry. I think what made him angry is that people started calling Nepesta bad and stuff. I'm pretty sure he got at that time he was getting a really bad end of the community, and Tech beating it so fast did not help.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, obviously the community is very supportive of him right now doing Kenos, but like, if someone like either Tech or N-Swish beats it really quickly, who knows, like that this whole community thing might happen again.
Yeah.
And like, no one, like, I mean, obviously a few people have beaten Demos now, but when it came out, no one beat it for a while, and I think that was because they were letting it settle for a while before they actually beat it. So I reckon they're gonna do the same thing with Kenos.
I think they didn't beat Demos because it's bad.
That's a good point.
That's also another reason why the Pesta got a bit mad, I believe, is that the first victor of the of Demos was FPS Bypass user, and I think that caused some drama.
That's true. That was Dolphy, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
can
was.
search it up.
Dolphy does not bypass anymore.
Yeah, but
Did he bypass?
when
He did.
wow, this is
You
Did
were
he
talking about
bypass Demos?
He did not bypass Demos. He got to, I think, like, I'm not sure. Hold on, let me check his channel.
I don't know. I mean, we obviously know that he bypassed Zodiac.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got 240 hertz, around, like, after, I don't know if he wait, where's the video? Okay, so he bought Crimson he bought a 240 hertz after he beat Spatial Rend, and then he beat Tech Manifestation. He did not bypass Deimos, Ragnarok, Crimson Planet, Lucid Nightmares, Yandere, or Calretta, or Cognition. He didn't bypass any of those. Or worse. There we go.
Okay. I'm just watching the Pesta's Demos verification because I'm like trying to do Phobos right now, and I'm like watching it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that looks hard. What else, Mar? What else you got on here to talk about?
We're on Level Busted now. We're on topic about Crazen. So if you guys didn't know, there's a YouTuber named Crazen. He also does Geometry Dash, and somehow he has a copy of the level, and he's been playing it on like stream. He actually played it on stream today at the time of recording this, and he has 81. Okay, Ham, what did you just send? And he has 81 on it. So, and like people, and like what do you guys think about that? Like, keep in mind he doesn't have the mega buffed version of it. So, but he said he's gonna beat it when it comes out.
I think Crazen got a copy before Nepesta got it. Because he got Progress a long time ago. I don't know when Nepesta got it, though, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who got it first.
I don't know how he has the copy. I understand why people don't want to wait. I mean, it's taking Nepesta a while. I think as long as they don't, as long as they don't take his version and upload it, I think it's fine. Unless you're doing it to, like, spite him.
I don't know why people would get angry at Nepesta for taking a while. It's not like they're gonna beat it. Like...
Exactly. About 99% of the people telling Nepesta he's slower and stuff haven't beaten an Extreme Demon. So.
I know. Like, has Crazen ever, like, played it? Like, did he just start playing it today again? Or has he been
playing
Progress,
like, a couple months ago.
Yeah, he got.
Has he played it a couple months ago into now, or did he just start playing it again now from a couple months ago?
I think he just started playing it. Like,
That's
he
weird.
uploaded Kenos 31% a while ago, like in May, I believe, and then he uploaded another Kenos progress 81, flick from 93, and in the description he says that this has been from a couple months ago. So, and he was streaming it today.
Huh. So I guess we'll just go into Mars next thing. When do we think will be verified? I think it'll be verified soon. He's been playing it every single day, but he spends so much time in practice mode on that level that he literally spends the entire stream in practice mode and then ends.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know if that's the best course of action.
Yeah. I think... I thought it was going to be another couple months, but he did 17 to 100, which, that's good, and rip him, because that could have been a victory. But after that run, I think it's gonna happen within a couple weeks, or maybe like 2 months. That would be great to see him verify that, though.
Yeah.
17 to 100 is literally the entire level.
Yeah.
That
It
includes
contains
the
all
wave,
of the
which is the
hardest
hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just by that, like, he just gave himself so much more confidence. I think he'll beat it very soon. And I think he'll spend less time in practice mode because of that.
Yeah.
I think I not adding on to Poison, but like talking about what Poison said about how he spent so much time in practice mode. If it works for him, then it does. I think he should do it. Like if he did it for Demos and WoW, and that's how he verified those, then I think it's personally fine. Like because like everyone has different play styles. Like I know like I love to like go and like copy balls and just like practice like a part I'm just like really bad at, even though like I'm about to be a level. But I'm pretty sure you Poison, you like just like you just want to go like straight and you barely do like practice mode runs. Like everyone does, you do a practice mode run differently from me. So everyone has their different play styles, and if the way the Pest is doing Kenos, if that works for him, then I think it all for it because like he's obviously showed his work by getting 72 to 100 and like 86 today.
Yeah. So for Ham's topic was the FPS bypass. But I think we kind of went over a lot of FPS bypass stuff already, compared to like, or relating to like what you have on your subtopic. So I kind of want to talk more about players that we know who are. I want to talk like, okay, so like we know Neb, right? There's a guy named Nebular. He is doing Deception Dive right now on 30 hertz, and he has like almost 50,000 attempts on it because he's never. His hardest demon right now is 9 circles, and he's going right to Deception Dive. He's got 70-something on it, and he's on 30 hertz. And I kind of want to get him as a guest speaker when he verifies it, or when he beats it, because I kind of want to get his input on, like, how he thinks the FPS bypass or FPS and stuff affects him. But, just, like, relating that to the FPS bypass, like, do you guys think he should, like, you know, do you guys think he should have been on the list if he did it with FPS bypass?
I think what should happen with bypass is I think as long as you don't go above 240, it should be allowed. It barely gives an advantage because in my opinion, the best part about 240 hertz is the visual, not the game mechanics, which is what the bypass changes. Because I could do 60 hertz with the visual, and it would still be much harder than if I did 60 hertz mechanics, or than if I did 240 hertz. Wait. I could do 60 hertz mechanics with the visual, which would be better than 240 hertz mechanics, but with 60 hertz visuals. That would just be so much harder, especially for wave. I just think bypass isn't that big of a deal, and the list exaggerates it.
Yeah, I agree with him because like. Not to my knowledge, like I've searched this up before, there's no monitor that really goes up higher than 240. And past 240, I'm assuming there's probably just gonna be a bunch of bugs. Like it probably won't even be beneficial at that point.
I've played on bypass before, so before I got my 240 hertz monitor, I played 144 on 240 bypass, and it does affect your gameplay a little bit, but you don't have VSync on. And so when you're playing, your quality and your frame rate is still a bit choppy. And I think that is a big part of why the FPS bypass really isn't a big deal, and I still think it should be on the list. Because it isn't true. It's still like, there's still its flaws. And I think that, like, I was having an easier time playing on normal 144 than on 240 bypass. So, yeah, and I want to talk to Ned when he's on the guest because I want to ask him if they accepted bypass on the list, would he have played with bypass? Because he always prefers to play on 30 hertz because I feel like he wants to improve on 30 hertz and get better that way. But Tech beat Wujige.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, he posted it in Vid streams. See, look, example. It's an unrated extreme demon. He's doing it.
Yeah, that's why I think people shouldn't complain about him getting bored and quitting. Because I mean, unrated and he still did it. So.
Yeah, that's not even on the main list, and he did it. He spent a good amount of time on it. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I guess like, I mean, we've been gone for 30 minutes. I kind of want to end off soon. Real quick, I want to talk about some recent things that happened. So, obviously, one, Techni Mushige, which is good job to him. And I want to talk about Brandon Larkin for a second, because he recently beat Titan Complex on controller. And I don't even know any other, like, extremely good GD players that use controller. Like, no one really uses controller anymore. And so I think that he's, like, a really good example of anything is possible, because although controller isn't terrible, it's still, like, much harder than it is on mouse, and he's beaten one of the hardest levels in the game on controller, and he's jumped up the ranking so high, and it's incredible. Like, I mean, a few weeks ago he'd beaten not even a few weeks ago, like about a month or two ago, or whatever it was, he beat Carnage Mode as his hardest, and then he just all of a sudden jumps up to Titan Complex. Like, that's just crazy to me. And so I think that, and then Ham, you talked about who was the person that beat something as their first extreme?
Sonic Wave as their first.
I'm not sure if it was their first extreme or their first list demon, but Aiden GD or Bliss Aiden on YouTube. Oh, actually, he beat Arctic Lights 3 hours ago.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of cool.
Wait, what the?
But, Sonic Wave, he beat Sonic Wave on, 5 months ago. What's the date? June 14th, and I'm pretty sure it was his first extreme. Yeah, so, he did under Paracosm Circles, but that's unrated. So, it looks like he jumped from Crimson Clutter, Flat Major, whichever you think is harder.
Cataclysm.
Oh,
I'm looking at his stats viewer. He's beaten his list demons.
Cataclysm was after Sonic Wave.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cataclysm,
Yeah.
Sonic Wave, and Auditory Breaker is what he's beaten.
Yeah, he has not. So Sonic Wave was his first extreme demon, which is just insane.
That's incredible. I mean, I don't even know. Like, that just goes to show, like, him, Brandon Larkin, all these guys, like, there's people, and then we know about, who beat Bloodbath on mobile. That was Thunder BT. Like,
yeah.
these kind of guys, like, they really show you that you can do anything in this game. Like, Sonic Wave is your first extreme demon, that just blows my mind. And, just, like, as an ending note to you guys, don't let this game intimidate you. There's so many levels that you can beat if you just put your mind to it, and you don't have to let difficulty and, like, if it visually looks hard, you don't have to let that phase you, and if you just work hard, practice, and if you really want to do it, then you'll do it. So, yeah, is there anything else you guys want to mention before we end off this podcast?
Subscribe to Hamburger Man.
Follow Hamburger Man on Twitch. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Mar. Actually, Mar is kind of dead. Subscribe to me.
We agree.
No, he beat ICD.
You still subscribe.
Just still subscribe to Mar. But yeah, again, I just want to state again. Share this with as many people as you can. Give us feedback. How do we do on this podcast? What do you guys want to see for the future? We will be live streaming soon, so stay tuned for that. Once you get more subs. Leave your topic ideas in the description or in the comments. Fill out that Google form. You want to start getting guests on for the next podcast. And yeah, that being said, I'm Poison Arch.
I'm Mark.
I'm Hamburger Man.
And thank you for watching the first real G-Pod podcast episode. And I'll see you later.